We Like Trees is a love letter to art and artists. The message of the movie is never give up, don't get it perfect, get it going. And it really follows all of us. The movie centers around, my character is basically at a point in his artistic pursuit where he's thinking maybe it's time to hang it up and quit, and ultimately decides that's not an option.
Yeah.
The film also pays honor to my mother, my late mother, who passed away from a disease called scleroderma. It's a disease, it's a terrible disease, and I watched her fight for 15 years for her life. So the movie is like, it basically is telling you, you gotta fight, you can't give up. And in the film, Chris, we all play versions of ourselves. Chris is a singer-songwriter. He's a guy that isn't following his passion and isn't putting out music. And by the end of the movie, you have to watch, but he just might be putting an album out by the end of the movie. And in real life, by the way.
Oh, is this a thing, Chris?
Well, I've been writing songs and recording since I was in my late teens.
Yeah.
And I have pursued the movie industry stuff. I went to NYU Film School, and I think there's a lot of people out there that think I was crazy not to pursue the music, but I've always been writing, always been, because music and film go hand in hand. So I was always putting, whenever I make a movie, I would put my own stuff in it. But I never put out an album, and I'm finally, in the movie, Brian actually wrote me in. I wasn't anticipating that to happen, and when I read it for the first time, the script, I was like, oh. And I'd never acted before, so I was like, yeah. And so I did it, and the whole arc of my character was about, actually recording and putting out the album, and I thought, you know what, I want to do this anyway. This is where I'm at right now in my life.
Yeah.
So it all kind of fell together. So.
I like that.
And also in the film, we have tons of jokes about being on the hills. Like, you'll see Jordan, me and Frankie joking about it. And Jordan is an amazing painter. He's been painting since he was a kid. We both share a passion for painting, and we started a business called Canvas Assassins.
Okay.
We have a website, canvasassassins.com. You can check out our artwork. And so in the film, Jordan is kind of the character who is like, basically, it's in real life, he's like my brother, my best friend. And so in the movie, he's kind of he plays that emotional through line of, the guy I get in an argument with, but the guy also hug and say I love you, and we start painting and doing artwork. And so the movie is just showing what artists go through to create their art, and all the obstacles that come with that.
So Jordan, what would you say, like, because I feel like that's a very common story or a very common narrative of people who are